Hey guys, it's Sophia the Shadow Hunter, and today I'm doing my book review on With the Old Breed at Peleliu in Okinawa by E.B. Sledge. This book was awesome. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I enjoyed it so much. I've been wanting to read this book now for probably almost 2 years, and I was so glad to get my hands on it. I'm so glad I read it. It was worth the wait. So this book is about E.B. Sledge and when they fought at Okinawa and Peleliu during World War II, and everything they went through, the massive rain, the sickness, the diseases, seeing their friends die. He gave very, very vivid descriptions about the rain and bodies being everywhere and the maggots and the bugs and the stench and the filth and how overwhelming it was. He saw how man changed war, how it changed himself, and how they would never be the same again. And that is so true. War changes people, and they'll forever be changed by it. And I think there are good things people have learned from it, and there's also, bad effects from war. But during these hard times, even though it was really difficult and unbearable at times, they pushed through to the good of their country and the good of their family, and because they wanted to help turn something bad into something good, and to work hard and persevere to protect their country. And they did, and some people never returned, and that's very sad. But I loved what he said at the end of it. Let me read it for you guys. Here's a picture of him at the tent camp in Okinawa, unknown photographer. Let me find that page. It wasn't on there. I guess it was the end of the last chapter instead of the epilogue, but let me see. I would have finished this book so much sooner, but with being sick, I just didn't have the energy to read as much, but I powered through it as quickly as I could. So here I read this isn't the one I was talking about, but I'll read this one too. In the 61 days of fighting on Okinawa after D-Day, an estimated 62,548 Japanese soldiers had lost their lives, and 465 had been captured. American dead number 5,309, 23,909 had been wounded, and 346 were missing in action. It wasn't over yet. But his character, he wrote notes in his little New Testament that he kept in his pocket, and he had it through the whole entire war, and he wrote the notes, and he kept records of the numbers of the men they lost. Okay, here it is right here. Here's another picture of him and his Eugene Sledge after return from Peking in 1946. But you guys, to read this book, it's a great, incredible, true story. You should read it. And here's what the paragraph I was talking about it. It says, until the millennium arrives and countries cease trying to enslave others, it will be necessary to accept one's responsibilities and to be willing to make sacrifices for one's country, as my comrades did. As the troops used to say, if the country is good enough to live in, it's good enough to fight for. With privilege goes responsibility. That is so true. If countries cease trying to enslave, it will be necessary to accept one's responsibilities and be willing to make sacrifices for one country. That is so true. Until countries stop trying to seize power and take over land and control everything and make it their way and forget about everybody else, there's going to be wars, and people have to take responsibility when their countries go to war, and they have to fight for their freedom if it's important to them, and be willing to risk their lives. This was a great book. I'm so glad I got to read it. If you guys have read this book, please leave the comments down below. I hope you guys like this video. Please be sure to like it, and I'll see you guys next time in our video. Goodbye.